At least 10 people killed, more in the hospital as we speak, and police say the suspect took his own life after officers approached him in a white van yesterday.
The sheriff says most of the victims here were either middle-aged or elderly.
Witnesses said the suspect, who police described as an adult Asian man, then fled the scene.
You know, whenever I hear about a mass shooting in America, or anywhere for that matter, I always get suspicious and I have questions whether it's gun control or whether it's a hate crime. And in this case, it seemed to be both. Everyone just assumed that since it was all Asian casualties, that it must have been a hate crime. Well, when your town is 60% Asian and the venue where the shooting took place was filled with Asians, what else do you expect?
About 12 hours after the first shooting, police spotted the suspect inside that same white van with a different license plate this time, more than 20 miles away. Armored vehicles moved in, bomb squad trucks too.
They're breaking the window. There you go. They just broke the window.
Dead inside was 72-year-old Tran.
Now here's the guy who supposedly wrestled the gun away from the shooter at the second dance hall. I don't believe it for 1 second, but I'll let you be the judge.
Well, it was Chinese New Year's. We were hosting a social dance party. I was in the lobby. I needed to get the weapon away from him. I needed to take this weapon, disarm him, or else everybody would have died.
Okay, this comes from USA Today, which I consider a newspaper for children. It says the hunt for a gunman who killed 10 people at a dance club after Lunar New Year celebrations ended with the discovery of his body in a parked van. But the search for answers was far from over on Monday. Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna said 72-year-old Tran was found dead Sunday of a self-inflicted gunshot wound inside the van in which he fled after a second shooting was thwarted. And here is a few seconds of audio from a podcast made by the LA Times.
Police say a man fatally shot 10 people and injured at least 10 others at a ballroom dance hall during a Lunar New Year celebration.
A time of a cultural celebration, and yet another community has been torn apart by senseless gun violence.
Hours later, the shooter killed himself just before law enforcement closed in on him. The motive behind this massacre is still being investigated, but the tragedy is already raising fears of anti-Asian hate.
Now, let me say for the record, I do not hate Asians, or any group for that matter. What I hate that my people have suffered hate crimes for decades in America, either by the hands of police or regular people. And yet we got no hate crime bill. Don't you think something's odd here? If you read the FBI statistics year after year after year, it is clear that black on black violence is not really a thing, and that white perpetrators are the ones taking out my people. In fact, it's white perpetrators, white males, who are the ones taking out all groups of people year after year after year. Read the FBI statistics. So I'll close with this. First, condolences to the members of that community. There's going to be new ways of looking at crime in America now, especially the race of the perpetrator, who in this case was Asian. And not only that, he was old, 72. Are you kidding me?